Jags getting a respite, a week off after losing a critical division game against the Texans across the pond. But this bye week isn't likely to be like most. It's time for Coach Marrone to decide who's going to take snaps when they take on the Colts on November 17th.
You know, I haven't spoken to either quarterback yet, and I hate talking to the media with my plans. But my plans were again the disappointment of the team. Not performing well will be on my mind now for the next 48 hours. I think after those 48 hours are over, I'm going to step away a little bit and take a break because I don't have to make a decision or have time. That's what I'm going to talk to the quarterbacks about, and then I'll tell them probably right before we come back on Sunday. We'll be able to discuss where we're going to go.
Former Jags QB and Jags analyst Mark Brunell is here. We will get to that critical question in just a second, but let's start with the basics. Worst showing of the season that left more questions than ever before for Jacksonville.
You know, Bruce, I think it's really simple. We're sitting at 4-5. We don't look like a playoff team, do we? The team we played yesterday looked like a playoff team. The Houston Texans played well. The quarterbacks just playing lights out. Defense was solid, considering they had a lot of injuries. J.J. Watt was out of the picture. They were just so much better than this. They look like a playoff team. Jaguars struggled. Gardner Minshew struggled. We couldn't stop the run. We turned the ball over too much. Could never really get into a rhythm. So I think we're sitting here right now at 4-5 with, like you said, a lot of questions. And the biggest question is, who's going to be the quarterback when we play the Colts in a couple weeks?
I know when we've talked about this before, you said there's this 24-hour rule.
Yes.
You don't dwell on it. I know that Gardner Minshew looked dejected.
This might be a 48-hour rule on this one. 4 turnovers, I think, in the fourth quarter. Listen, it was just a bad day. And you get in a situation where you're playing catch-up in the fourth quarter, and you're in a setting where you have to throw it, and things aren't going well leading up to that point. Turnovers happen. You're going to fumble. You're going to throw interceptions. But it was just a hard way to finish the game. Listen, we just got beat. No more of this. We have an advantage in London. We don't have an advantage in London. The better teams have an advantage in London. So forget about that. It just wasn't a good day. And I know this one stings Gardner. I've had games like that. It's not a lot of fun. Multiple turnovers. It's a terrible feeling, but you do at some point, you have to put it away.
Do you think Coach has made up his mind?
I think he made up his mind a couple weeks ago. Gardner Minshew has done very, very well. He's exceeded our expectations. He has played so much better than we expected him to play. 4-4 as a starter. The numbers are good. The magic, the extending the plays, it's just been fun to watch. But Gardner's going to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. He's going to lose the games against the tough teams. That's where Nick Foles comes in. I think that's where you get a real big difference with Nick Foles. Nick Foles has won the big games. He's beat teams he's not supposed to beat before. That's why he's here. I think Doug Marrone's made the decision. I think it's actually an easy decision. Going forward, Nick Foles will be the quarterback.
And here's the bottom line.
Yes.
We cannot afford to lose, meaning the Jaguars,
right,
against an AFC South team if we want to make it to the playoffs.
There's no question. In fact, we're in another must-win situation. And I think the team needs a little bit of a spark. I know that sounds crazy, considering someone besides Gardner Minshew being the quarterback and needing that spark. But it's time. It's time, Bruce. And Nick Foles is going to be the quarterback. I hope I'm right on this thing. Nothing against Gardner Minshew. He has been incredible. But Nick Foles was brought here to win the big games, and we have some big games coming up.
And Nick Foles is a leader, and he's going to be a mentor to Minshew.
He has been. He is a good leader. He's a good football player. Listen, he's a Super Bowl MVP. That's what we need right now. So it's a great problem to have. I don't think it's a tough decision, but we've got 2 good quarterbacks that can win football games. I just think right now is the time for Nick Foles for the next 7 games.
Okay, talking more about this on the Mark Brunell Show tonight. Here directly from the players, Mark Cole and Eden be live at Sneakers. Also watch it live on CW 17 at 7 o'clock. Thank you as always, my friend.
Thank you.